같이 있을 테니까.
When Hyun-woo and Hain will meet. It turns out Unang was already there and watched them. And when Hyun-woo looked for Hain, who suddenly disappeared, he was hit by a car. The police found that who hit Hyun-woo was an unknown man. Hyun-woo was taken to the hospital unconscious. Hyun-woo's father and mother frantically looked for their son's whereabouts in the hospital. The doctor explained that Hyun-woo was safe and did not suffer serious injuries. And when they wanted to meet Hyun-woo, it turned out he wasn't there. Hain woke up in a room. The door of the room was locked from the outside. And when someone comes in, Hain hides and then hits that person. She came out of the room and it turned out that Unang was already there. Hain was shocked and confused of what happened. It turns out that Unang brought Hain when she wanted to meet Hyun-woo. Unang said he didn't want Hain to be tricked and hurt by Hyun-woo again. That's why Unang used violence. Hain couldn't answer when Unang asked why Hain met Hyun-woo. Hain said that she had seen the notebook which sent from Germany, and the contents of the book are different from Unang's story. Hain just wanted to check it out and then met Hyun-woo. Hain said that someone could copy her writing. She apologizes for not trusting Unang. Hain promised not to do it again and asked Unang to go home. Then Unang invited Hain to go together. And the helicopter will arrive at dawn. Hain asked, what about the market she manages? Unang explains that a professional manager can handle it until Hain returns. Hain can only follow Unang's plan. Grace tells So-hee that Hain is missing, and it turns out Hyun-woo asked Grace to tell So-hee, because So-hee will quickly find her. Grace also said that it seemed like Unang had something to do with her. Then So-hee asked Grace to leave. She looks worried and calls someone. When she wanted to move her money from the bank, she couldn't. Because Unang had exchanged it for dollars and took it. When the detective and Yang-gi investigate the accident, Hyun-woo suddenly came and surprised them. Grace calls that So-hee left the house, and they followed her from behind. When Yang-gi spoke, Hyun-woo just remained silent with his eyes closed. Yang-gi was confused because when he called him, Hyun-woo just kept quiet. Then Hyun-woo said that he didn't sleep. The theme is fear. At least Hyun-woo can snore when he sleeps. Hyun-woo made him crazy because he ran away from the ER. Yang-gi felt that Hyun-woo didn't care about himself and did his own grave. Hyun-woo thanked his friend because he was always by his side. And they entered the Hong family villa. Hyun-woo will come in and immediately contact Yang-gi. Hyun-woo walked in while holding back the pain, so he was already inside with Unang. His mother asked where Unang hid the money. Unang can go, but give her the money and files. It was a file of when his mother killed Chairman Hong. Unang said that he was good at keeping secrets. When the Hong family was on holiday at a beach, it turns out that the boat that Hain and Suwon were on was damaged by So-hee and caused an accident that took Suwon's life. Little Unang was there and found out what his mother had done. He said that he could live with his mother if they died.
기다렸는데.
Unsang waited for his mother, but his mother didn't come. His mother regretted that Hyun didn't die at that time. And Hyun heard the son and mother talking. She was very surprised by what she had just heard. Suddenly the lights in the room went off and Unsang panicked looking for Hyun. When Hyun runs away, she meets Hyun-woo. And they went together. Unsang saw them and took the rifle. When Hyun-woo had difficulty walking because his wound had not healed, he asked Hyun to walk alone towards the main gate. Hyun says she is not a selfish person who would abandon her savior. Hyun knows what Hyun-woo means to her. She was very sorry for suspecting Hyun-woo. And Hyun invites Hyun-woo to walk together. Unsang chased and looked for them by car. Hyun-woo had difficulty walking. And then Unsang saw them. Yoongi was waiting for them in front of the gate. Then the police came and entered the villa. A helicopter also arrived. Unsang confronted Hyun and Hyun-woo with a rifle. He was very angry with Hyun because she had promised to go together. Hyun said that she felt uneasy and didn't like him, even though she lost her memory. Now Hyun knows the reason. Unsang feels like his life is ruined, but he still tries hard. Hyun-woo said that it was all over. Hyun also asked Unsang to wake up and step over the corpse first. The police came and prepared to shoot Unsang. But Unsang actually prepared to shoot Hyun. Unsang apologizes to Hyun because of he can't leave her. He will bring Hyun even if he has to kill her. Unsang shoots Hyun, but Hyun-woo blocks her and the bullet hits him. Then Unsang was shot by the police. And Hyun-woo fell with blood pouring out. Hyun cried and called back Hyun-woo. So he looks for the whereabouts of the money that Unsang took. And finally, she found the money. When the money was put into the car, the police arrived. The police said that Yoon Unsang had just died. So he was shocked and just remained silent. Hyun-woo's father and mother came to the hospital. Hyun is confused and they introduce themselves that they are Hyun-woo's parents. Hyun apologizes and cries in front of them. Hyun explains that Hyun-woo was shot because he blocked the bullet for Hyun's sake. Hyun's family was shocked to hear that. His mother hugged Hyun and said it was okay. That Hyun-woo will be fine. After her son died, so he moved quickly. She asked her lawyer to transfer the shares Unsang owned to her. Her son died, meaning all the shares belonged to her. She also asked how many shares she could buy with slush funds. Her lawyer answered 7%. So he said that her son was the one causing the problem. And she has no problems, so nothing can prevent her from becoming chairman. Hyun-woo's surgery has been completed and the doctor says that Hyun-woo is safe. He is not yet conscious and is still being monitored. So he threw away Unsang's tablet, which contains video recordings of So-hee with Chairman Hong-wich dying. Hyun patiently waited for Hyun-woo, who wasn't conscious yet. She said he had only been drinking water for the past 24 hours. She didn't eat or sleep. Hyun will continue like that until Hyun-woo wakes up. Because Hyun-woo sacrificed himself for Hyun. How Hyun can eat and sleep Hain pretends to be dizzy so Hyun-woo wakes up. Then Hyun-woo woke up and Hain thanked Hyun-woo. Hyun-woo asks if Hain is okay. Hearing that, Hain felt even worse. Why was Hyun-woo worried about her, even though he was almost dead? Then Hain apologizes for not being able to recognize Hyun-woo. She doesn't remember anything and says cruel things to him. Hyun-woo says he also forgot how much he loved Hain. He had promised to accompany Hain. He apologizes for making Hain sad. Hyun-woo says he loves Hain. Dae-hi invites Grace to turn herself in because they had an affair with So-hee. Hain doesn't want to because she's already done her part. She brought Hain's MP3 so that Hain could remember the songs she liked. She also brought the package from Germany. So Hain accepts it and reads it. Grace is the sender of messages between Hyun-woo and Hain. She felt she had atoned for her sins. Dae-hi says that they are witnesses who can help the Hong family. Dae-hi doesn't want to live like Unsang, who longs for love all his life but doesn't get it. So Dae-hi wants to live life honestly. No secrets, no guilt and no regrets, just love and be loved. And Soo Cheol listens to their conversation. Dae-hi said that she would come back. She had to do that so that her burden would disappear. She also asked Soo Cheol to take care of Jeon-yu. Dae-hi promises to be good forever. She will be a better and more faithful wife. Soo Cheol doesn't want to and won't let Dae-hi do that. He doesn't want to be separated from Dae-hi. The trial with the defendant Mo So-hee was held. Hyun-woo becomes the lawyer for the Hong family as the plaintiff. The defendant's son, Unsang, bought shares using slush funds. And So-hee took shares from Queen's company. So the plaintiff wants to apply for the cancellation of the 13.3% of the shares which were purchased illegally. So-hee's lawyer defended that the defendant was the mother who inherited shares and money owned by her deceased son. They assumed that the plaintiff was inhumane because her son had died less than a month ago. But they have been sued and wants to take over management. So-hee said that she and her son had been separated for 20 years. So she didn't know that her son had committed a crime. Then Dae-hi became a witness, that she was asked by So-hee to marry Soo Cheol, and introduced Unsang to the Hong family. Then persuaded her husband to invest in the scam. When the defense asked for proof of that, Dae-hi didn't have that proof. And that weakens Dae-hi's statement. And it's So-hee's luck side. Then Hyun-woo asked Hain to be a witness for the plaintiff. Hain said that she had been kidnapped by the defendant's son. And she heard the conversation between them. That the defendant was involved in a boat accident 25 years ago and also in the death of her grandfather. The defense said that Hain had just had brain surgery and had no evidence. And Hyun-woo showed the evidence he had. The judge accepted the evidence and showed the contents of the flash disk. It was a video recording of So-hee giving medicine to make Chairman Hong fall paralyzed. It turned out that Grace had switched and regretted it in the contents of Yunsang's tablet, which had previously been thrown away by So-hee. In the video, it can be seen that So-hee put medicine in Chairman Hong's drink, so that Chairman Hong is paralyzed. The entire Hong family was angry and couldn't believe what they were seeing. Then Sohee was arrested for attempted murder. Sohee rebelled and didn't want to be arrested. She shouted her innocence and asked to be let go. And finally, the queen's family has returned to company. Baek Hyun-woo, as a lawyer, succeeded in proving it. That Unang and Sohee committed investment fraud. As a result, the family got back all the lost shares. And those involved in fraud are also punished. Hae heard that Hyun-woo rented a restaurant. She thought Hyun-woo would propose to her at the restaurant, but it turned out the restaurant was reserved for his office employees. Hae plans to refuse when Hyun-woo proposes to her. Because previously their relationship was not good. So she was worried that she would ruin her relationship with Hyun-woo. But then Hae changed her mind because she remembered something from the past. That they often don't speak to each other. They often misunderstand things. And Hae tends to keep things to herself that she wants to say. Hae thinks they can try again. Hyun-woo was afraid that they would be exhausted. Because arguing over trivial matters. But Hyun-woo promised that he would stay by Hae's side. Whatever happens, he will fix what is broken. Maybe not always perfect, but he can. Then Hyun-woo asked Hae to get married. Hae is willing to marry Hyun-woo. But she needed time and asked him not to rush. Hyun-woo can hug her after holding hands 5 times. And then Hyun-woo wants to have breakfast together every morning. Walk together every day. And travel every season. Hae thought it was a good plan. Dae-hae is finally free from prison. Soo-cheol and her son pick her up. Dae-hae asks if Jeon-yu remembers it. And Jeon-yu answered yes. Dae-hae apologized to her son. Soo-cheol hugs Dae-hae and says good job. And it turns out that Grace is also free from prison. As Grace walks, Soo-cheol asks where she is going. His mother told him to pick up Grace and ask her to eat together. Grace was happy to hear that. They went together. Something to be learned from this. We forgive what we once hated. We realize that some things don't happen even though we try hard. But even so, we learn that it doesn't matter. We enjoy life every day. Sometimes we can stop and enjoy the view. Then time passes faster. Time will pass and we can't do anything. That's how we spend every day of life. We will enjoy all the happiness that life gives. One day, when there's only one of us left, the other one can come to meet them. Then it won't be scary. Because we will be together.
같이 있을 테니까.